This is Debora from Phobetor, and you're listening to the Dan Chan Show.
So tonight I've got Debora and Marc from UK's blackened death metal Phobetor. How are you guys doing this evening? We've got three of you with us. Explain the situation.
Yeah.
Sorry
about that.
You have your son Vincent with you as well. This is good.
Yes.
And the nice thing about you guys is are you husband and wife or boyfriend girlfriend?
And now we're married. Yes.
You're married. So you're married. You are the drum. You've got the drummer Marc and yourself vocalist. And
Yes.
you're in Southwest London, right?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Whereabouts?
We live near Hampton Court.
Oh, beautiful. What a great part of the world. Very nice, very nice. So how's summer so far for you been? Are you looking forward to the darker months ahead, or how's summer going?
No, it's been quite good. The last couple of weeks has been a bit miserable out there, but before we had some very good weather. So.
And you're from the east coast of Italy, so obviously, do you get back there often?
We tend to go back at least once a year to see family. So it's also they like to see Vincent. So
of course. And Marc, is the food good?
Of course, of course, in Italy, especially with the grandmothers and things.
Yeah, my grandmother is an amazing chef.
The nonna's food. I love it. I love it. That's why you're wearing the Italian 90 shirt. It's all coming together now for me. I get it. Exactly. And one of the greatest World Cups ever, of course. So let's get into it, because you've just released your EP, A Solitary Vigil, which I love it. It's getting some great responses, seen some excellent reviews. How's the vibe from your side?
Yeah, I mean, everything that we've read has been positive. Not that you can necessarily just go off that. You've got to sort of just follow your instinct, really. But yeah, it's obviously nice when people are writing positive things about what we've done. We felt very positive through the writing process. We thought we were onto something with the songs. We thought it was a strong set of songs we had there to come out. And we were playing actually last night in London with Psychroptic.
Yeah, saw that.
We unearthed sort of 3 new tracks from the EP, which is cool to play those live.
Yes.
And what made you go? Because obviously you've got 2 previous albums since 20. You got 2020, 2021, 2 very quick releases. Then wait a few years, and you've got an EP. Is that obviously? I'm just putting 2 and 2 together now. Vincent's 3. Is it the time?
Well, yeah. Sorry, I know his name. I suppose it's interesting in that way, because the first album was done. With almost a different lineup. I was sort of coming almost as a session drummer at that point, and there was a session bassist, and then the previous guitarist, Mitch. So then from that point, when the lineup changed, it was very quick into writing for the next album, because we had Ross had fresh ideas. He was good to go. He didn't need a breather. We were able just to continue on. And Debora was actually pregnant when she was recording the vocals for that album, so that was interesting, because some of the longer screams and bits on that
they were harder to do. I didn't have much lung capacity at the time.
Wow. Well, I was going to ask about how's the evolution between doing those 2 albums and doing this EP. So for you, Debora, it must have been very different.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously for me, as I said, because I've been the pregnancy in between as well, what I've noticed is like I can actually hear a little bit of a difference in my vocals when you hear the first album, the second album, and then the EP. It's almost, you can see that on the EP, I'm almost like coming back to how I used to sound, because obviously you can see the difference there.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, it's still, I am very, very happy with what we produced so far, and especially this EP for me is, I have to say, it's my favorite one we have done.
It's
some
excellent.
of my favorite songs in there.
Yeah, it's excellent. Now, how do you go about writing? You're starting to write for the band. Is it a collaborative effort, or is it more for you guys together, because you're together all the time? You're at the breakfast table discussing it. You go to bed thinking about it.
Well, there's a couple of parts of that. Obviously, musically, it starts with Ross, the guitarist. So he'll come up with the riffs, and he'll come up with the structure of the songs. He'll ping that over to me. Then I'll put some drums to it. And then generally sort of the bass and the vocals are then sort of come into play in terms of writing. what we had on this one, another differential from the last album, was once the last album came out, we quickly realised we needed a second guitarist to do the live side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's when Ben Ash came in, and he was playing live guitar as a second guitarist. And when the EP came around, he was quite up for doing lead bits on top. Not just widdly solos, but cool, atmospheric leady bits over the top of these heavy riffs, and that really added another sort of dimension to things.
Yes,
made a big difference on there. So that's sort of how we sort of worked on it. And I suppose, as you say, us being together and talking about ideas and things, it was actually sort of through a personal experience between the last album and this EP that actually led to a lot of the lyrics and the titles being written. Quite a dark time, and that's where most of the lyrics and titles came from. Sort of Debora that writes all the lyrics. I tend to scribble down titles of tracks and album titles and things, and that's kind of how that sort of came together in that way.
And so
he wants to make an appearance.
No, it's cool. He's more than welcome to. He's absolutely more than welcome to. He's very important. Now, for you, Debora, you the lyric writer, you're writing from the heart. What themes are you writing about? I think I read some stuff where it's obviously very family, lovely now, smiley, but it comes from a dark place, right? Some of the early stuff.
Yes, indeed. It does, because what I've always done is, when it comes to the lyrics, I always try to kind of utilize that to exercise some demons, let's say, in the sense like if there is some experiences that were hard for me in life, I tend to like put them into words and trying to kind of like represent them in a form of art. So I always try to write these lyrics in a kind of poetic, also ambiguous way, because I also wanted to keep it open to interpretation, so that I'm not trying to just feed you a message, but in a kind of sense I'm almost giving you a feeling, so that you can also extrapolate it to make it your own, to basically relate it to your own experiences as well, in a kind of sense.
Sure.
So it becomes a bit more personal for the person that actually can listen to it.
Yeah, it's nice. Now the production of this for me is sonically perfect, right? I mean, who were the back office team for this release? Because it sounds incredible.
Oh yes. Because we have the mix and master. No, the mixing was done by
so Ollie Roberts at Kettle Brew Studios. Now he'd been knocking on our door for a while. We've known Ollie for quite a few years. He's played in bands like Metaphism and things like as well. So but we're really happy with how it's sounding. And from a drummer, it's like, when I heard it back, I could hear everything. I could hear every single hit that I was playing, even the subtle bits and things. So I was really pleased from a personal perspective.
That's amazing. As a drummer myself as well, you can actually get that. I've got that straight away, and it's so well done. Now, with all the
thank you.
How would you envisage someone listening to this album, or this EP, should I say? How do you like to think about someone listening to your music? I mean, do you write with the listener in mind as a fan perspective, or is it purely from, solely, without but sounding terrible, selfish,
We certainly, I wouldn't say we don't set out to write songs for what we hope people
would like
want to hear.
Yeah.
It's more, I think, from what we would like to listen to. I mean, it's the range of music that we listen to and things is quite diverse, but at the end of the day, I think we all find that common ground on extreme heaviness, but songs. And you can look at that as, if you look at like At the Gate, Slaughter of the Soul, songs there. Even though it's like brutally heavy, really, really fast, there's songs there.
Yeah, I get it.
And that's kind of where we come from, I think, in terms of writing. And I think we've achieved that. If you listen to Solitary Vigil, Absence of Light, tracks like that, they're not necessarily verse, chorus, verse, but it's not far off that. There's a structure to it with a recognizable chorus and things. So.
Yeah, exactly.
How would you like someone to listen to your music ideally?
Format-wise? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I like to ask these questions, especially black metal, because I find it so the black metal side of things I find quite atmospheric. I want to sit with a candle and dark room with a glass of wine, or maybe if I was going to walk through the wilderness on a snowy wooded day or something like that, that kind of thing. How would you ideally like someone to listen to your music?
Well, ideally buying a CD first.
Yeah,
that's always the best way. But
yeah. Of course.
But yeah, I suppose it is quite atmospheric sounding.
Yeah, especially this one.
For sure.
Yeah, so it does conjure up, I suppose, forests, and I think it's that black metal vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's on it. It's forests and winter and things. But
absolutely,
yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Now, I want to delve down. Before we go into the history, I just want to go into the artwork, because I love all your artwork you've had done. Do you have a say in that? Do you give like a bit of a lead on it to somebody, or is it just a case of this is the music, we want something?
It was in both cases. It was off the shelf, really, as such. The last album, it was just an artist that we were aware of, and looking through his work and finding a piece that really suited the vibe.
Yes.
And it was similar again this time. We were looking at different artists on Instagram, actually, and we'd had a couple of other ideas in mind, and it was a bit more, I don't want to use the term cliche, but a bit more typical, I suppose, not quite blood and guts, but skeletons and stuff like that. And I saw this piece of artwork by a guy on called Ghost Kid, is what the name he went by. And I saw this thing, and with the image with the girl standing there, looking out into the distance with with the trees and things. And it just it fitted the vibe as to what we were trying to create musically. And I wasn't sure about it, because it was a little bit. It's not particularly metal in some respects. It's not blood and guts and things. But I showed it to Debora.
It's atmospheric. It's atmospheric. It's good.
I sort of said to I said to Debora, I was like, I'm not sure, but what do you reckon about this? And she said sort of straight away, that's the one, that is it.
Yeah.
And so we ran with it. And I think it works really well with the vibe and where the lyrics and writing came from.
Yeah, from my perspective, it works fantastic, from a listener. Now, let's go into the history. Now, I didn't know you were a husband and wife duo, should we say, at the forefront of the band. How did it start? I think, was it you, Debora, that got this together? Is that how you guys met? Give me everything. Tell me back to the beginning of this outfit.
Yeah. Well, when I started Phobetor, I mean, we were already, Marc and I were already together, been together for quite a few years.
Okay.
But I started Phobetor when I met the first guitarist, Mitch, in London. And we were basically friends based on just common music kind of ideas and bands that we liked and things like this. So we became friends like that. And then we decided that we wanted to try to make some of our own music from there. So that's what we done. To start with, obviously we didn't really have full-time members, but Marc stepped in to help us out, because obviously he's
hold on a minute. Why would you start a band without him? He's your husband.
I know.
Did he have to audition or something?
No, he didn't. I didn't need to. But it was because Marc is also involved in another band called Pythia.
Yeah.
And at the time, he was quite busy with his other band.
Sure.
So he wasn't really, he was thinking about coming to Phobetor, but he wasn't 100% sure because of the other commitments. Otherwise, I think he would have done it sooner.
Right.
But he decided to help us out first for that as well.
Also, I didn't want to just barge in and take over with things.
Sure.
It's like it's Debora sort of finding a way with music and getting into it. I didn't want to sort of just I know how to do this. I've done this for years. Let me take over. I wanted to sort of
nice.
to do it in that sort of way, and then it sort of it was, "Oh, can you do this gig?" "Yeah, I can cover that gig," and it kind of then sort of went from there. And I ended up obviously then playing on the first album. And then I did take over. Then it was like, "Oh, we need a guitarist. Let's phone Ross." And then it's like,
which is all sympathy as well.
And then it's like, the Dredgewood, the bassist again. We've known her for years. And Ben, we've known for years as well. We're all sort of local from this area.
Exactly.
So it all sort of came together from that, and it's it's a really good lineup. We all get on really well. Everyone's on the same page, sort of musically, and we're all sort of experienced, so we know the industry for better or worse.
Nice. Also consider the fact that for me, obviously, when I started Phobetor, this was my first band. As well. I did a few things here and there beforehand, but I wasn't like seriously into a band like I am now, for example. So for me, whereas Marc had already some experience with Pathia, with Descent as well before, they had for quite a few years, whereas like for me it was all new as well.
And the band name, because I didn't know, I only learned about 20 minutes ago that it's Phobetor, not Phobetor, or so many other ways of being able to say it. Where does the name come from? You said it's something to do with Greek something.
It's a Greek god, the Greek god of nightmares.
Okay, Phobetor.
Phobetor. So we say Phobetor, but I mean the proper pronunciation will probably be different to that, I'd imagine. But
I have to ask a Greek person.
Of course. Influences. Now, where are you both coming from? Obviously, did you meet in the metal community? Were you like, "Hey, I like that music. Well, I like that music too," or in a bar, or how did you get together, and where were your influences behind that?
We started talking when Debora was still living in Italy, and then really sort of we met up over here, and eventually one thing led to another, and Debora ended up staying here.
Nice.
But musically, I'd say we've all got pretty diverse tastes, but I think that common ground and the bands that kind of influenced us for this project as such, Debora's a big fan of Behemoth. Ross and I are big fans of Paradise Lost. Ross and Ben are actually playing in Strigoi at the moment.
Great. I've had them on the show actually, Strigoi.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
I say At the Gates, Napalm Death, Carcass, bands like that, and that's sort of, mix that kind of all together, and it's sort of where we're at.
It's brilliant. I love it. And so going forward, you did a show last night, so let's talk some shows. Are you quite prolific doing live shows, or is it more picky, shall we say? Family and everything?
A bit picky, I think. Just experience how the industry's changed over the years. The way we're sort of operating at the moment is if you can get onto decent support slots. We did the Crypta one in London last year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Great for us.
Yeah, awesome.
So it's like Warbringer we've done, Psychroptic things. So that's very good for us. If you get a decent support slot like that, it's very good for getting out there. I mean, our sort of mentality and philosophy is gets in front of people, and we'll do the rest on stage.
That's right.
And that's really it, and it works really well, and the merch sales are good off the back of that. Obviously festivals are great as well, but it's a bit of potluck with that as well. As much as knowing people, it's difficult. So we just make the best of any opportunity that we're given. That's all you can do.
Nice. And going forward, what's going on with gigs for the rest of the year and maybe into 26?
Nothing lined up at the moment, but we'll keep our ear to the ground and see sort of what's opportunities may be there.
Sure.
Again, I say with support slots and things. We may end up doing some headline shows. Not sure yet. We'll have a think. But the main focus has obviously been getting the EP out, getting the videos out, promoting that, and
getting the word on the street.
Exactly.
Now, do you prefer studio or stage? Writing or performing, should we say?
I really like writing. I've always really liked the creative process of it. Studio itself can be quite stressful.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But I do still enjoy it. But yeah, I really do enjoy the creative process of it.
Yeah, I find the same because as you said, for the studio, yeah, it could be a bit more difficult because obviously you got quite a bit of pressure to get the things all done right in a certain time period and things like this. But yeah, when it comes to the creative process, no, I agree with Marc because I've always liked to write poetry in general, even outside of songs. So for me, the actual fact of sitting down and writing some lyrics kind of like, brings that kind of passion I already have for me. So it's something that I've always enjoyed. So I do it very, very happily. So, yeah.
And obviously, I mean, okay, here's a question, because obviously as a drummer perspective, Marc, I understand doing double pedal, we're not getting any younger, right? Let's say that, and Debora, your vocals, you said being pregnant can affect things. How do you keep on top of your game, should we say, especially when you're not performing all the time, you haven't got loads and loads of gigs, you're not in the studio every day. Is it hard to get back into it when you kind of step away from it for a few weeks?
No, sometimes quite the opposite. Actually, once you're refreshed and you come back to it, you're actually a bit better than if you just keep slogging on every day.
True.
I mean, I've got the electronic kit upstairs, which I go through and just play through the songs and things. And that's the good thing about the guys and girls in the band is that everyone does their homework. You turn up to rehearsal.
Exactly.
Knows what they're doing.
Exactly right.
And it's just then tidying up the transitions between songs live and bits like that.
I get it. I get it. And what about you, Debora? How do you keep your voice going?
Yes, for me it's if, for example, I have a couple of weeks where I'm not doing much singing wise, one thing that I've noticed for me is like what I tend to do when I go back into that is that I kind of have this method of building, in the sense is like I start to singing a couple of songs, and then the next few days I add the extra songs and things like this, and then it's almost like that muscle comes back to me. And I'm basically back into go full set, no problem, and things like this.
Got you.
And I've noticed obviously if you do it regularly, if you do your growling, screaming regularly, obviously you don't need to do that build up period that I generally sometimes do. But yeah, if you do it regularly, obviously it's easier to maintain that muscle. But once you have it, if you do that build up method, it comes back very quickly.
Maintain that muscle in a household with a 3-year-old. Do you have to do it into a pillow? Do you do it in the car? You can't just like while you're cooking your fantastic Nonna's carbonara recipe, you can't be belting it out. So when do you actually get to do it?
It is a bit like that, to be honest.
Really?
He's used to it. I mean, you'll be listening to like Behemoth in the car, and he'll be falling asleep.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Used to it. I mean, bear in mind, I say Debora was pregnant, recording the vocals to the album before last.
Yes.
So he's used to it. I think
he's listened to it when he was in the womb, and then obviously outside of the womb, because
he's the first one to listen to all the new music. He's got a good position there.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And he's also got a good growl himself. So
excellent. That's it. Raise them right, I say. Now, a couple of fun questions. I don't want you to think too hard about these, but we're coming towards the end, so I want to get some bit candid, right? What's one thing everyone should try at least once?
Dada.
Because we got Italy on the mind, I'm going to go Italian gelato.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good enough. What about you, Debora? What's your answer? You can share answers if you agree.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that like I have a very sweet tooth, so for me, I always go for sweet over savory.
Okay.
And even if I would say pizza, but then my sweet tooth will go, no, you need to say gelato as well. Gelato is absolutely like the thing that I go for every time. When I want to treat, that is the thing, especially if it's a proper Italian gelato.
And in 30-degree heat right now, you're tempting me, I'll tell you that much. Right. Next question. If you could steal credit for any piece of art, song, film, anything to say that you did it, what would it be?
I'd probably have to go with my favourite all-time album, which is Master of Puppets.
Your classic. No, say no more, Marc. Say no more.
Yeah.
Debora.
Yes. Actually, I also have a a favorite of all times album is The Demigod from Behemoth.
Yeah, classic album, absolutely classic. If you could choose one song to play every time you walk into a room for the rest of your life, what song would it be and why?
I think for me it has to come from that album itself. So I would say probably Conquer All from The Demigod.
Yeah, good, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a difficult question, that.
I know.
I'm thinking, like, will I get bored of it? I don't want to ruin a song that I like by having it played every time I walk into a room.
Yeah, but it's like your sound, your theme. It's like everyone, Marc's here. Here's the thing that should not be playing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
see,
my favourite band is Paradise Lost.
Okay.
Favourite band of all time. So I don't know. Should it be something from them?
You got 5 seconds, Marc.
I'm going to go with Enchantment then. Yeah.
Perfect.
At least get a nice piano intro then.
Yeah, perfect. What's your most unpopular musical opinion? Mine is I think the Beatles are overrated.
That was going to be my thing,
and I can divide a room with that. So
yeah, I respect what they did.
Yeah.
For music generally, and rock and roll to rock music, etc. And I know that you look at like someone like Ozzy. He obviously looked up to the Beatles because that was their influence.
Yeah.
That's what came for. But yeah, I've never been a big fan of that. I mean, pre-Sabbath, there's not really much that gets me that excited.
Right.
Sabbath and Deep Purple are really the origins.
Sure. Absolutely. Debora? Do you have one?
Yeah, I do agree with the Beatles being overrated, but I also probably like an unpopular opinion as well is I don't particularly like Ozzy Osbourne vocals at all.
You know what? I've had that conversation quite a bit over the last few weeks. I'm not going to lie. That's come up quite a lot.
That's one that,
I understand that.
People don't agree with.
Next question. Should non-metalheads wear metal shirts?
I had this the other day, actually. I was going on the train and there was a guy next to me. He had a sort of long grey hair bandana and he's wearing a Bon Jovi shirt. And I went up to him and said, "Oh, are you a fan, or is that an H&M job?"
Yeah.
And he said,
that's
I am actually a fan.
This is it, isn't it? This is the H&M licensing deal that they put like I saw a Danzig t-shirt in my favorite Danzig t-shirt in H&M. It was just like, what? It's like, I just like the shirt. These kids wearing these shirts. So what do you think? Should it be allowed or not? Are we allowing it?
It's a bit cringy, but I mean, there's worse things to wear in life.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Very diplomatic answer. We'll accept it. Yeah. Okay. What's your death row meal going to be? Doesn't have to be. It might not happen, but what would it be?
Pizza. It's got to be pizza.
Yeah. Any specific? Are you talking American? Or are you talking Italian?
Oh, Italian. Yeah. Napolitan pizza.
Proper Napolitan. And Debora, do you agree? Is that the same for you?
It has to be Napolitan pizza, but I would have pizza and sushi together.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a bit rough. Mind you, you won't worry about the next morning, will you?
Well, not on top of the pizza, but like, first I have the pizza, then I have the sushi.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Or other way around.
Okay, what three words describe the band the best?
Blackened death metal.
Okay. All right, okay. That's straight away off the cuff. Like, I've read that before. What one Phobetor track sums the band up the best?
Oh yeah, I mean, my absolute favorite is Absence of Light above anything else.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do you agree with that? I'm going to play that next.
I'll go with that. Yeah. It's got everything there. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. What's on the band's bucket list? What would you want to achieve? What would it take to get there? Think, right, that was a success for you.
As you get older, how you measure success changes.
Mm-hmm.
When I was sort of late teens, it was touring the world with Metallica and things.
Of course.
But for us, the success is releasing this EP with 5 really strong songs, really good production, cool artwork.
Yeah.
And that we don't need anything else beyond that as such. Anything else beyond that is great. But we're well happy with what we've got with
Feet firmly on the ground. Right, the last question. We've both got to answer this one, obviously. Your most used emoji in your phone?
Oh, I have actually, there is one for me. It's the one.
Not that one, is it? It's not that
tears.
One. The which one?
This one.
Which one is it?
Actually, that would be accurate for me. But no, it's the one with the little tears.
Oh,
like the one with the little tears, like of laughter.
Oh, the laughter, of course, yes.
The laughing one. I'll definitely use
that's
that
nice. That's very positive for blackened.
I don't tend to use emojis, but when I'm doing the social media stuff, then it probably is the classic.
Yeah. Few chains. You got the chain one as well, which is a nice one to use. You haven't used that already. It's a nice one.
No, I've not used that one. No. I tend to use the when I'm doing like the YouTube thanking people for comments and stuff. I tend to use the two beer glasses.
Always, of course, classic. Well, listen, guys, thanks so much for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure. Well, the three of you, thanks for joining me. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck with the rest of the year and next year. Hoping to see you at a show sometime.
Cool. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.